stick around and see what we get into today. Back at it again today. So now I did make a mistake that I got to end up moving all of this stuff again. So that way I can get to this wall, because I still have a piece of drywall I got to finish there, and I got to do some of the mudding over there. So we're going to get started with that first and go from there. All right, you just saw me put the sheet of drywall up over here on this side. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna do something I never did in these corners. I'm gonna use this to actually fill in my crack. So that way I can get a little bit more fill into these. And I'm also gonna do, well, I'm gonna fill in this bottom crack all the way along this whole thing also. And then this corner and the corner over there. So you'll see that here in this next shot. Yeah, you can see I got the foam all along the floor in this corner and in that corner over there. And you'll see I did go through and I was filling in some more up around, just using up some of the excess that was left. I know it looks horrible up there, but that won't be seen. Eventually got to figure out something to put for a cover up here. Yeah, so you're not going to really see too much of this. So I do have to put something up here as far as for a ceiling or something. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, because the way they have this plumbing here, it's actually below the rafters. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but we'll figure that out when I get to that stage. Right, you just saw me put, my second coat on everything here. You can tell the way I do it might not be the most efficient, but it's the way it works well for me. What I do is I put the first coat on with the tape, and then I just let it dry. Then I come back and put my second coat on, and I fan it out a little bit more, but I make sure to get the whole thing wet all the way across it before I do it, smoothing it out there. And you saw me doing that in the second coat. So let me show you where we're at right now. You see, this is all just the second coat, and like I said, this is just the second coat. So I still got to do the corners, but in the corners I'm not even going to be doing drywall compound. I'm actually going to be getting two pieces of trim and put them side by side in that corner and in that corner. So that's why I just went ahead and did the spray foam. I just got to cut it once it cures. And you can see I got all this done and over there done. So now I just got to let everything dry, and we'll come back and finish it up. Well, maybe not finish it up, but at least get our third coat on. Usually doing this method 3, and I might have to do a little touch up for a fourth coat, but that's usually it. And I did go around and hit the little screw holes one more time, so I just did that off camera. This is gonna be a real quick today. We're just gonna go ahead and get another coat on. So we'll get you set up. All right, it's still wet, so I'm not going to be doing any sanding yet, but I do have everything done. You can see, I actually got my last coat on everything here. Now let me show you the easiest way I found to find out where you have to sand or where you have to touch up. The easiest way I found is to get yourself, a bright light. I got this little work light, and I literally shine it down the wall. You can see the little lines that appear. That is where you're going to have to basically, sand, or if you have any little valleys where there's a hole, you got to fill it in a little bit. So, but from this, for the most part, this actually looks pretty good. So we're gonna call this, done for the day. And let it dry up, and you can see there, that's what I was talking about. That's the spot that's gonna have to be sanded, and make sure the edges are feathered out to nothing. Hope you enjoyed round 2 of the drywall. If you could, give me a like and a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it.